Welcome at the personal view on high fashion and street style in the Noordbrabants Museum in Den Bosch. This amazing exhibition is designed by Gert Voijans, and behind me you see some wonderful pictures of the early beginnings of high fashion photography. A wonderful example is this iconic picture by Horst P. Horst, and look at the amazing use of lights and shadows. He was actually inspired by a lot of surrealist artists. And this picture is also very special because it's the last one he actually made in Paris before he left for the Second World War to America. This picture even inspired Madonna for her video clip Vogue. Another iconic picture in this exhibition is this one behind me by Richard Avedon. He was walking by a circus and saw these elephants under the skylight and knew that he only had to find the perfect dress. And he found one by Dior, designed by Yves Saint Laurent, who was at the time 19 years old. The first he ever designed for Dior. During the Second World War, there was a shortage on fabric, so designers had to find another way to still produce some fashion. Behind me you see pictures with small puppets, and they show these designs. Designers use these small puppets so they don't have to use a lot of fabric. The pictures are made by Seidner in the 90s, but the designs are actually from the 1940s. The 1960s was an era of radical change and sexual revolution, but it was also the time that the jet plane was invented. So photographers took their models all over the world. And this is a great example because this picture is taken in the West Indies. This photograph by Rubartelli shows Verushka, a very famous top model at that time. It was taken in Africa, and look how confident she poses. And also at the same time how sexy she is. This dress is by Yves Saint Laurent. It's truly a shift in gender dynamics. British designer Mary Quant who said that fashion should be available to everyone, and she was actually responsible for designing the miniskirts and hot pants. Look at this picture, how beautifully these young women are wearing their miniskirts. In 1981, Helmut Newton shot this picture of 4 beautiful women wearing high heels. Sie kommen, they are coming. It makes them very powerful to shoot them in actual movement. The 70s and 80s was a time of glitter, glamour and consumption. Some photographers established a new style, one of nostalgia and romanticism, and a great example of this new movement is the photograph behind me of a woman looking outside a window. And if you take a real close look, it's almost like a painting by Johannes Vermeer. The 80s, a new era begins. No longer fashion is the main subject in a photograph, but supermodels are. Look at this beautiful picture by Lindbergh that shows a very spontaneous moment of models actually playing together. And it looks very spontaneous, but it is in fact staged. It even inspired George Michael. He cast these women in his video clip Wicked Games. In 2018, Tyler Mitchell made history as the first Afro-American photographer ever to shoot a United States Vogue cover. That picture was with Beyoncé, but here in this exhibition we have a beautiful example of another work from him. And his work describes itself almost like a black utopia. For a long period of time, models had to fit in a certain box. But today, we are slowly crawling out of that box and beauty standards become more diverse. Look at Winnie Harlow. She has a skin condition and she's so beautiful.